Hello everybody. I'm going to show you how to do some stuff for spreadsheet calculations. So what I'm going to do here in this assignment is actually show you how to create a Google Sheet and show you how to calculate your semester grade for any class, really. So I'm going to double click on my spreadsheet for semester grade calculation folder, and I'm going to create a new Google Sheet. And when that comes up, I'm actually going to name it, and I'd like you to do the same thing here. You're going to name it your last name, grade calculation spreadsheet. Okay, put a space in here with that one. All right, cool. So I've named it. It is saved now in my Google Drive, or at least it will be once it sinks in there. And so this is how you're going to start it. So obviously I'm in my Google Drive and I have created this sheet. Now, in order, and you can play around with different formatting and that, so I'm going to keep it real simple to get you started so you can make it look real fancy and everything. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit here, about 150, and I'm going to make all of these cells, let's make this like 14 font, enter. And that'll give us some bigger lettering. Okay, so it's real simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Q1 for quarter 1, Q2 for quarter 2, and final exam. All right. And we'll play with some formatting here in a minute. Now, those scores are going to go here. Now, by the way, you can call this Q3 for fourth quarter, or excuse me, for third quarter, fourth quarter. So this would be second semester. But this is going to work exactly the same way. Whichever you use, either Q1, Q2, or final exam. So first semester would be Q1, Q2. Second semester, Q3, Q4. It really doesn't matter what we call it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to leave these spaces blank because we're going to put numbers in there. And then this one, we are going to put 0.4. Now what that stands for is 40%. 0.4, 40%, and 0.2, 20%. So you guys have heard, I'm sure, 40, 40, 20, the grade split. 40% is the weight on Q3, 40% Q4. Final exam is 20%. So there's your 40, 40, 20, but we're going to use decimals format of that. Okay, and then I'm going to leave this like that. Now, let's talk a little formatting. So I'm going to highlight these, and I'm going to click over here. I'm going to make that align to the right. Looks better. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to make that align centered. Looks good like that. And while I'm at it, I'm going to align this center. There's no numbers there. I'm going to align this center too. So I click and drag and click that. Okay, now, while we're making this all cool and fun, I'm going to highlight these. So I'm going to click and drag over there. I'm going to put a box, or a line rather, below that. So I'm going to click on border, and I'm going to click this guy right here. And what that does is it puts a line underneath all that. Okay, so what we're going to do is put some numbers in here. So let's say I had 85, excuse me, in the first quarter, or third quarter in this case, and then I struggled and I got like a 65 in the second quarter, or quarter 4, and I'm going to say, let's say I got a pretty good grade, like an 80 on my final exam. All right, so I've got 85, 65, and 80. So those are my 3 scores. Of course, we don't know what these are yet at this point of the semester. Depending on when you're doing this, of course, but I'm going to show you how to calculate this. All right, this is where spreadsheets are really cool. We're going to create formulas here that's going to automatically calculate. You'll see what I mean here. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to click the Enter button, which is right next to backspace. There's the Enter button. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on where it says 85. That's in cell B1. It's kind of like the old game Battleship. B1, B2, B3. Click on that. It says B1. So whatever's in B1, it's going to put there for me. Now I'm going to multiply, so right above the 9 on the keyboard, on the right side, there's a little star button. So star is what we use for multiply, and then I'm going to click on this cell C1. So it's B1 times C1. Now when I click or enter or hit the enter key, you see it says 34. So what it's already done, let me click here, it has already calculated whatever's in B1 multiplied by C1 and given me a number. So watch what happens here. If I change this to a 75 and hit enter, it automatically will change what's there. Pretty cool. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Equals 65 in B2 times, again, this one here, C2, hit enter. This time it gives me 26. Again, I can test that, put a 60 in, and you see it changes. Okay, I'll change this back to 85. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing here. B3, click on it, times, and we'll click on this cell here, hit enter, and there it gives us 16. But again, if I change this to 100%, it goes ahead and gives me that too. So let's think I had an 80 in here. All right, so it gives me 3 numbers. Now, in order to calculate what your grade would be, here's what we're going to do. We're going to add all these up. Now, you could get a calculator out and add it, but that's ridiculous. We've got a cool spreadsheet to make this happen. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go over here to this little function button all the way over here. I'm going to click on that, and there's a sum function. Watch this. See how it says sum? And it's got a flashing cursor, and it's got some parentheses. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click and drag down and let go of my mouse. So click and drag, just like that. So what this says is I'm going to add up all of the values from D1 to D3. Now when I hit enter, watch what happens. Whoa, there we go. Let me center this up, make it look cool. So we have 76. Now watch what happens. What happens if I get 100 on my final exam? Hey, that means I get an 80 in the class, which is a B-. What happens if I did worse? I had a really terrible third quarter. Oh, that dropped it down. So as you can see, let's say I was really bad. Ooh. And 64 on this one. You can see that it's going to recalculate for whatever values I put in here and automatically change not only these, but also those values too. That is pretty powerful. So those are the basics, and you can play with different things like coloring, so I can highlight these. I can put some different colors in here, like, you know, a yellow highlight or something. So you can do different things as you like, but that is what we're looking for. That is a really simple grade calculation spreadsheet. Now, one thing, if you're a senior, if you're not a senior, you can stop watching right now, but if you're a senior, I'm going to show you how to do this a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and do a quick copy and paste. So I'm going to Control C, I'm going to highlight those, and I'm going to Control V down here. Now it's going to give me different values, obviously. So only if you're a senior, I'm going to do Q3 and Q4. Now you seniors are typically exempt from your final exams. Lucky you. I'm going to go 0.55 and 0.45. That gives me a 55-45 split, so let's see what happens. I got an 85 first quarter, I got a 65 second quarter. That means I get a 76 or a C in the class. So if you're a senior, you can start guesstimating some things. All right, so that's a little bit different look. If you are, again, a senior, you can take a look at that and do things a little bit differently because you don't have a final exam. Again, lucky you. All right, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions on how any of this works.